What's up now? How you doing there? This is Clint from Clint's Conscious Community, and here we just want to raise awareness and higher consciousness. We want you to think. This is my co-host Kobe. What's up, man? And we're going to jump right in here. This is episode 2 on relationships. And before we get in, I got a joke I want to give you for so get your funny on real fast. It's a good one. It says, "Why did the football team go to the bank in November to get their quarterback?" Okay, we're gonna move right along. Okay, that was a joke. Okay, all right. Relationships is what we're talking about, and we've just to do a quick review. Relationships is the root word of relationship is the word relate. Is to make a connection with. That's what human beings we ought to be doing with one another, is making a connection with one another. We're not property, we're not possession. We should just be connecting with one another. We then talked about the word identity. Who am I? We discussed that a little bit in detail. You want to say anything about that, Kobe?
I am everything and nothing.
Mostly nothing, but he everything too. But anyway, just thinking, okay, all right, I'm just a little jovial. Then we talked about being submission too, and we talked about in identifying who you are. Are you a son of God? Are you a deity? Are you human? I am everything, and I'm all. So you everything. From one end to the other end of the spectrum, you're all of that, because you're connected, because we're energy beings. Energy never dies. It only transforms. We're going to, this earth, this 3D realm is not the end all. We will exist forever. Okay. So that's that. And that has been confirmed and affirmed by scientists and by researchers. So anyway, that's a fact. Then we began to talk about, we ended up with thankful, appreciation, and gratitude. And we're not talking about someone doing something for you. No, the first thing is you need to be thankful, appreciative, and gratitude for yourself. Okay, that's really, really important. And so, and this is on the road to learning how to be appreciative and to love yourself. You're saying, everything we go through life it's not a good or bad. It's just a
experience.
It's just an experience,
and it is a test.
It's a test.
Everything is a test.
Okay, and we have to pass the test, or we have to repeat the test. And unfortunately, and we're gonna get into this. A lot of us are repeating the same test over and over and over again. And I used to tell people, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. Watch this, expecting a different result. And I used to tell people in my counseling session, at least put a, if I was in school, we talked about that. If I was in school and the teacher gave me a test and I didn't pass, and they said, okay, Clint, which they had to do back in them days, I'm gonna give you another chance. And if they give you the same test back and you put the same exact answers on the test, that's crazy, isn't it? At least put some different answers on. And that's what me and my buddies used to do. Don't put didn't you put that one on the last one? No, put something different.
That's right, yeah.
And this is what I'm advocating, not just something different. Seek within to find what's real you to put on the answers of the test of your life. Okay? So that's what we're talking about. So and once you can really be appreciative and thankful and grateful for who you are, and you understand everything, as we were talking about, it's not the end all. Right? You didn't have a bad experience. It didn't all these bad things. Why is everything happening? No. You, again, raising your consciousness, you look above those things. You don't look at things like that anymore, right?
It's not happening to you. It's happening for you.
What wasn't it? Bad things to happen for somebody for
For
their
you.
good?
For you. For you. We're here to evolve.
Okay, but I don't need all this bad stuff to be happening for me to evolve. I can evolve with some good, can't I?
Yeah, with some good, but not
Yeah.
all good.
Right.
You know,
right.
some things have to shake it up. You know, if everything is just Bill Coaster every day, wow, this is great. Again,
Yeah.
this is, you know, there's
It doesn't
there's
teach you
no
any
change.
value.
It's not subject to change. Exactly.
And
If
it
everything
doesn't-
always feels good,
Right.
there's no subject to change. There's no need.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't build. And here's the unfortunate thing. You know, just good does not build value. Your character.
No.
Character.
No, does
It
working
doesn't
out
build
feel
virtue.
does working out feel good?
No.
It hurts, doesn't it? It hurts.
Yeah.
But why does it hurt? Because it's making you better, it's making you stronger. So
Yeah.
it has to hurt. It
Yeah.
has to.
Okay, good. All right, good. So we learn to be appreciative. And I encourage you, tag yourself today, and tag 3 other people today. Tag yourself, then tag. Be thankful. Find a way to say, I thank you for this. I appreciate your thoughtfulness. I appreciate your willingness to even speak with me. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity that our paths have crossed. You can find something. And see, I guarantee you, if you just practice tagging yourself and 3 people a day within a week, I'm trying to tell you, I've seen this. I've seen this happen. I've seen where about people's whole lives have changed just by learning how to tag. Thankful, appreciative, and gratitude. But we got to move on. Okay. We on number 5. Boom.
You are not your thoughts, but the observer of your thoughts. You can make a thought right now. We all can make a thought right now. But after that thought is over, more thoughts tend to arise. You know, that's not us creating those thoughts. You know, once you become the observer of those thoughts, that's when things change. You know, when someone walks past you, you know, the first thing ego does, oh, I don't like their shoes. I don't like what they're wearing. I don't like how they look. I don't like how they. That's not you. That is not you. You are the person or the being observing that. Sometimes I say to myself, wow, why would I say something like, you? That's not you. That's not you. Don't get fooled. Don't be fooled. You know, that is not you.
So you can have thoughts. See, like I'm thinking of the biblical text now. It says, take no thought saying. You know, over there in the New Testament of Matthew, book of Matthew, it said, don't take a thought saying. Because see, you know, the thought, as you were saying, is not yours. But if you speak on it, now you've attached some of your energy to it for it to then come back to you. And so if you're speaking about something negative, now you see why a lot of things negative happen back to you, because you keep speaking on it. You keep giving that thought, which is not yours, some energy for it to happen. And it's either in the universe or God is going to return back unto you. What you sow, you shall reap.
Yes.
These are laws that just work. And we're trying to help us to raise consciousness so we can learn how to work within the laws so that we can get the desired results.
Sounds like the law of cause and effect to me.
Oh, does it? What's the law of cause? What's the law of cause and effect? Okay, yeah. The law of sowing and reaping.
Yeah, you just get back what you put out. And that goes for any and everything.
Right. So if I create something, cause, there's going to be an effect.
Regardless if it's good or negative. You putting out good.
Exactly.
That's right. That's
right.
Yeah.
And so we're not gonna even talk about, well, yeah, that's a whole nother subject. We'll go there. But so you are not your thoughts, but an observer of your thoughts.
Right.
It says you can only think for yourself. You can't think for anyone else. You know, sometimes like me and my wife, we'll be talking and we've been together a long time. So sometimes she thinks she can complete my thought. And sometimes on purpose, I'll change my thought just so she can complete it.
Clever.
Like I'm the only one who did that.
That's right.
But see, here's your point. I try to make a point. Will y'all be leave me alone? I don't ever want to take advantage of anyone divine right for them to think for themselves. See, that's a divine thing.
Mm.
And for me to, and see, that's what our society is in relationship is whittled down to. People think we talk about property, but we think we can just, move into people's lives and their mind and think that we both, soulmate don't mean that you think the same. That's impossible. That's impossible. Two separate human beings, you can be together as long as you want. You can vibrate well, but you're still two separate individuals. And to assume or take advantage of or try to manipulate or influence the thoughts. You're not, first of all, you're not even loving yourself. Because if you're loving yourself, you will respect the other people.
Mm-hmm.
You will not do that. And we don't really get a good concept of love because love, what that I remember growing up, I can't hardly ever remember it, but it says when you love something, let it go. And if it was really true love, it'll find its way back to you, something like that, right?
That's deep.
Yeah, it is, but we don't even get there anymore. We think love is possession. We think love is property. We think love. See, that's what that's my husband. That's my wife. That's mine.
We think love is money.
We say that. I love my money. I love my car. I love my house. I like to tell people all the time, quit saying that you love things. Even the biblical text tells people, the Christians, don't love things or don't love the things of this world. That's in the biblical text. Then it says, God is love. God ain't a thing. Or if he is, then love God, the thing, but not all these other things. Because you make these other things your God when you say, I love it. And so again, we're still talking about relationships.
What do you take with you when you transcend space and time? Because energy never dies. It only transforms. What do you take with you?
I don't know what you take.
Yourself. So the one thing you take with you.
You take yourself.
You don't even love it, but you love everything else that you can't take with you.
So again, that goes back to what we talked about earlier. We don't know who we are, your identity. I wanted to run past that, but I see we keep coming back to it. But I for the sake of this time, we'll do another podcast on identity later. But see, your identity is everything. But again, we wanted to try to get to some of this relationship stuff because we want to try to help somebody if we can. So I had some questions. No, I'm not there. Yeah. In my statement here it says you can only think for yourself. Your thinking of what someone else thinks, says, does, acts is only a guessing game until proper, effective communication is made. So when you thinking what you think somebody else is thinking, all you're doing is guessing. And watch this. If you're wrong, it does a lot of damage.
Yeah, I was working the other night and I brought somebody some extra ketchup and they didn't even want no extra ketchup. I should have asked them.
Oh,
you can go ahead. I just thought of that.
No, I didn't. Yeah. What you bring me that doggone ketchup for? It ain't even hands. All that sugar over there. But anyway, we want to. You need to. We need to learn to communicate. And see, the English language is really bad. And then the way we ideology now, we don't even give people an opportunity to give you your thoughts on the subject. What do you think about that? That's why I even in putting this together, there's some things I want to do whereby I don't want to tell you what to think. No, I just want you to think. I want the divine you to come on out. I want the divine you to experience freedom. See, that's real freedom. To have freedom of your mind and choice and your will to do and to say, and no matter what it is, it's good. Okay. Then my next thing, it says, guessing will eventually lead to error, disrespect, hurt, pain. Watch this now. unforgiveness, low self-esteem, negative behaviors, loss of self-identification, etc., etc., etc.
Mhm.
So we see here, just by if this is, boy, we just got bad relationships because we're not we definitely not communicating effectively, and then we're guessing when it comes to trying to anticipate what somebody's thinking. That's why there's times when some people say, "Well, what you think about this?" I say, "I really don't know. I ain't thinking about it." I'm very reserved to give my thoughts on things that I don't think about. And I'm only really confident on things I think about.
Even if you tell him, you're not gonna remember for long. So
Yeah. Touche, Jedi. Okay, all right. Okay, but don't tell everybody. Okay, so I got a couple questions. Now I'm gonna ask the questions, and you can answer them. Okay. All right.
oh boy, he didn't put his leg over.
Yeah, yeah.
Woo.
So, and here's what I encourage people. I'm not talking about the Kobe, but I'm asking you: do you like yourself? I mean, and here's get alone in your closet or in your bathroom or something. Get alone and just get real with yourself. Do you like yourself? Can you be alone by yourself for an experience for an extended period of time and really be at peace and joy? Peace and joy. That's important because sometimes people can be at peace, but you're not at joy. And you need peace and joy because see, joy makes the journey nice to travel. Okay. Another question. Are there hidden traumas within yourself that are too painful for you to address? Are there hidden traumas within yourself that are too painful to address? Got another question. Can you rehearse a previous hurt, pain, or experience as if it happened happened recently?
Mm.
I got some friends of mine that I call them, but that dread calling them because they repeat to me the same stories 40 years ago, 30, 40 years ago. And I know, and I be wanting to try to tell them, hey, we talked about that, my brother. And but it's as if it just happened yesterday.
Mm.
There's something going on with their thinking.
They didn't let that energy flow through them, so now they're recreating their own experiences.
It's trapped within them.
Yeah.
Within them.
Yeah.
And a lot of us have trapped emotional traumas within us. And that's the energy that you're emitting out that's causing the same type of energy to come back to you, which is why the relationships are bad. And you're trying to figure out why, if that makes sense. Okay. Can you tell if you share the same story over and over again to the same person as if you did not already do that? You told, sometimes, and I'm gonna pick up, I can use me my wife, okay, but sometimes she'll say, "Oh, did I?" No, she won't say that. She'll tell me something, and I'm like, listen to her. I'm like, "You told me this 2 days ago, and that was the second time you told me that." But because of the love, I just go ahead and be patient and listen to it again. But then sometimes I said, "Now you did." Now I just gently. Do you remember telling me that yesterday? Oh yeah, I sure did. Yeah, my bad. She, my bad and all that kind of stuff, and so that's good. But see, that's something in going on with our thinking. We need to be able to catch those things in your thinking. See, this is about awareness, raising consciousness. When I can think and I can catch certain things, then I don't have to guess and be subjected to a hit and miss. You follow me? Does sharing past hurts and negative experiences still make you feel emotional and depressed? Sometimes you can talk to somebody, and I was doing this the other day, and I was doing some work, and girl, she was doing something, and I could tell she looked troubled, and all of a sudden she started sharing some things to me, and she broke down, started crying. I had to give her a hug, but I'm like, whoa! And this is after about 10 minutes of just meeting the person. What's going on with people's thinking that causes them to, as they rehearse certain things, to break down? It's in the thinking, and this unresolved traumas there. You
And we
know,
didn't even talk about epigenetic memory yet.
well, what is that?
We experience the feelings and emotions and fears, anxiety, depression from up to 15 generations
Oh,
of
no.
our
Well, see, you got
long gone ancestors.
what?
We feel every single bit of it, you know, their rage. So when it comes up inside of us, we're like, why is all this happening? You know, is it from this or from that? But it's some of it is, but a lot of it is from way back when, from what your ancestors, your parents experienced. You know, that's inside of you.
It's in
DNA.
our DNA.
It's in your DNA. Yeah.
And I agree with you there because sometimes I was with somebody the other day and I was doing some work and somebody spoke to me in a certain tone and I didn't like it.
You picked up on it real fast, huh?
And I kind of felt like some of my ancestors said, "No, but we don't talk to me like that, boy."
That's right.
I mean, it was real,
Right.
and so then I had to communicate some words back so that in my thinking, I demanded my respect and honor that I walk in,
That's right.
and I will not, go far beyond that. I will not. No, I won't go far beyond that at all until I get that because that means something to me. But I'd be like, where all this come from? But what'd you call that again now?
Epigenetic memory.
Epigenetic memory, and that's another science.
Yes.
That has been proven.
Yes.
Documentation.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
Good. All right. Good. So that's important. Real quickly, ideology. Someone else besides you is supposed to complete. We had this idea that in relationships that, in a relationship, it's about making a connection. But most times people think that the other person is supposed to complete me, or you make me happy, or I'm gonna be with you on this earth, and we supposed to, But no, it's just about the connection and exchanging those energies. Without the titles and without the positions and without the pressure of living up to somebody's thought life.
False expectations, or that too. Yeah, that's right.
False expectations on the wrong information leads to frustration.
Be who you want to be, and I'm not talking about BARBIE. Okay. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Say that again. Be what?
Be who you want to be. Mm-hmm. Be who you want to be, not who you were told you have to be.
Right. And again, that's identification. You got to dig within inside yourself. So what if we were to relate to one another without the title, position, respect of like being single, to married, divorced, and all that kind of stuff, and we just appreciate each other as brothers and sisters? Without all the time, because see, brothers and sisters we can relate to, because that's your neighbor. But like I said, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, "Are you married or you single?" I'm like, "You putting a label on me just for me to just relate to you? I just want to make a connection. I ain't trying to get in your pants. What are you trying to get? No, I ain't at all." But that's where everybody's head is at.
It's conditioning. What's where you fill out job applications and this and that? Are you single? Are you married?
I know.
So it's a program. You have to break out of the program.
Yeah. Do you know they've even added more stuff on those things? Not only are you
male, female, other,
yeah, they got all kinds of gender things. It's evolving as well.
It's taking you away from yourself.
It's taking all these things taken away from yourself. So that's why we got to get back to another episode about identification, because that's just so important. Okay. So again, we're talking about relationships. So we got to understand we're not property. What's property? What does property mean? Let me look this up. Come on, thing. Property is a thing or things belonging to someone else. Possessions. Buildings. You're definitely not a building. Possession. What the word possession mean? Come on, thing. So look it up. Look. Come on, find it. Where the thing at? There you go. Possession is the state of having, owning, or controlling something. That's the word I want to get to. The state of having, owning, or controlling something. ownership,
Mm,
occupancy.
mm.
You cannot occupy, nobody can occupy nothing inside this mind. There's some things I'm still trying to discover up in my mind. I ain't got time for nobody. I ain't got no welcome committee. I ain't got no exit committee. It's just me, myself, and I.
Right. It's just me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so, see, in relationships, and when you think about it, when you break it down, everybody, the ideology is that I have some control or ownership, or I have some, and this is just from the mind, just from your thought life. So before we even say a word, we're already defeated in relationship because the ideology says that you think I got to be a title or possession in order for us to relate. No, we're brothers and sisters. We got to that's the natural way to relate, brothers and sisters. Just because you're a human being and you look at the female gender or you the male gender, we're now one. I'm nothing and I'm everything.
Mm.
I'm you, you are me. And see, that's why we can't love each other as ourselves or as our neighbor, because we don't even see it right from the onset. Okay. You want to say something?
Yeah, I'll be quick. Your subconscious program is at least 14 million times stronger and has more computation power than the conscious mind. A lot of this stuff is epigenetic, but there are ways you can change the polarity so that now you can truly receive what you desire.
What's one of the ways you can do that? You know?
Which you stated earlier, gratitude.
Okay.
Gratitude changes things.
It does.
Being grateful. Imagine you just gave somebody.
But that just seems so simple.
It's not rocket science, but it can be.
Yeah,
and it does get there. It does, but
yeah,
that's why there's laws in place. There's outlines. We just have to follow them and abide by them.
As we finish up here today, it says here the idea of human beings being property or possessions. Now, for those of us that African Americans, we can think back to slavery, where that was introduced to us, but at the same time, we've taken the mantle upon our own selves, and now we just by the way we think, you mine, I own this, I own you. We look at each other, and I'm talking about everybody here now again, but the mindset is that we're not possessions, we're not property. You don't own me, I don't own you. I'm just here to connect with you. And then as I connect with you, I'm gonna give you all the love I got. I got nothing but love for you.
I got nothing but love for you.
Oh,
baby.
sing it, dude. Yo, don't cut the album just too soon, okay? but yeah, and see, when you get back down to the base level of things, then that makes being in a relationship with anyone so much easier.
That's right.
What's one of the best ways to not to be regretful or disrespected is to not to have any expectations of what people will do.
Expectations.
Yeah, and that's the key thing that I'm learning and that I've been incorporating into my life is I don't have really, I really don't. I don't have any expectations. I mean, I got my children, I got my wife. I don't expect anything out of anybody.
That's right. That's right. Lady came to the restaurant the other day. She was like, "Yeah, I was the last time I was here, I was at this other place, and they set the drink on fire and stuff. You all don't have that there. I mean, you all don't have this here. Wow, I'm a little disappointed. Because of what that
expectation.
You disappointed yourself. This is a whole different place.
Wait. She disappointed herself. So in her own thinking. She created a whole scenario to create her own dejection.
And then when it didn't go right or how she thought it would go, instantly.
Well, as you said, that's the kind of energy she always producing. So I'm quite sure. Well, I don't know, but it's using this scenario, she probably does this pretty good often. You know what I'm saying?
Agree, yeah.
And that's how a lot of people are unconscious. Now it's in your subconscious.
What'd you say?
In your
unconscious.
In your subconscious or your unconscious part of your mind, it becomes the dominant energy whereby you do it naturally, but you don't have to think about it. And you're creating your own dejection, your own failures by the energy that you're putting out. Okay, let me get back to reading. The idea of human beings being property or possessions is the first step in devaluing, disrespecting, defrauding. I like that word, defrauding, and even demonizing one another. Wow. I'm just by me not identifying who I am, and by me having a thought of any type of expectation from you, I'm defrauding you. I'm devaluing you. Oh, this thing is deep. Okay.
It is.
Okay. It is therefore not possible to see one another as a neighbor, to love as the biblical text states, because you don't see correctly. And yet we have even people, followers, believers, whether it's Muslim, Christian, or atheist, whatever. And this is just in your thinking. So it really is not about religion. It's about you, the person.
Self-realization is the highest experience you will ever have.
Self-realization
is the highest experience you will ever have.
How do you self-realize? When help me with that a little bit.
And when you know who you truly are, and not who you were told to be, or not who you told, or not who you were told you were, that's when things change. That's when the shift, one of the shifts, because there's going to be multiple shifts, but that's when a big shift is going to take place.
Now, in that self-realization, and let me help you here, because I know what's going to happen, because I know I felt it. It's going to be a lot of pain. There's going to be a lot of remorse. There's going to be regret. You're going to look back and say, how come nobody tell me this? You're going to look back and you're going to look at your ancestors, your parents, crazy for a hot second in your mind. You're going to have your mentors. You're going to look back and you're going to say, well, why didn't nobody tell me? That is the human response. And that's okay. But that's the place where healing begins. And when you incorporate the disease, the get help from the disease to please other people, when you get the realization that, those people they didn't do me wrong, but actually they was there, as you said, as an opportunity for me now where I'm at, to get to where I'm at. Those were the lessons I'm accumulating all this time to ascend to higher consciousness right now, just so that I can come out. So I don't have to look back and be mad or regretful. I can be thankful, appreciative, and grateful for that. Whereby now I'm ascending to higher consciousness, and now I'm going to do better because I know better, because I appreciate me for who I am, and I don't have to be sorry for who I am, but I'm all right where I'm at right now.
That's right.
Okay.
Shaba.
Okay, we out of here. Again, this is Clint.
Kobe.
Clint's Conscious Community. We just want you to
think.
Peace out.
Peace. Who you are, the identification.